Huntington Beach is such an amazing combination of elements. At the heavily trafficked intersection of Newland and PCH, right by the beach, stands the AES plant, and in the shadow of it is a wonderful little sanctuary, and the two places work together very well. Huntington Beach really is all about nature. Under the Pacific Flyway, there are hundreds of species of birds and mammals, and thankfully, at this crossroads, there is a place that tries to make it all better. I'm Chris Epting. History excites me, especially history that's waiting to be uncovered. I feel like a detective sometimes, sifting through clues, chasing down leads, and examining evidence. That's why I've written so many books about it. When you discover an untold story, it sparks the imagination, it connects you to the past, and sometimes it even helps you see into the future. Welcome to Hidden Huntington Beach.
I'll never forget that sinking feeling I felt on February 7th, 1990, when the American Trader oil spill hit and blackened all of our beaches right out here. And it haunts me to this day to see these birds and nowhere for them to go, except for All Creatures Care Cottage. We took a few of them back there. The lifeguards across the street opened up their junior lifeguard station, and we took quite a few there just to stabilize because we didn't know where to take them. But what we found out is as we were bringing in, the birds were hypothermic, meaning they were too cold. The lifeguard station didn't have heat. It didn't have warm water that we needed to wash them. It was not the ideal place. So it was Chevron over at Terminal Island came forward with a big building that had heat and warm water and softened water, and they opened it up to us.
You're just someone who's got a marketing job and you're raising 4 kids at home, who wanders upon the beach, comes upon this. How does your transition begin at that point?
Because it was just a devastating sight to see these helpless animals lying, dying on the beach, and the only way they were going to get any help was from us, the humans. We met up with a lot of like-minded people out that day gathering up these oiled birds, and one of them was the founders of the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy, and they had just got into a rental agreement to rent this land for like $1 a year from the Southern California Edison. That's now the AES plant.
Yeah, and if you don't know, this place is kind of hidden where we are. We're in the shadow of the towers out there.
They help out both the Wetlands Wildlife Care Center nonprofit as well as the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy, both with monetary donations and help. You know, so we really, they're one of our great collaborators. Yeah.
Excellent.
Oil spill money came available because they wanted to build oil spill centers throughout the state of California. So we went after that money and got awarded it. We were the second center built.
So your life changes. You kind of leave what you're doing professionally, and this becomes, you've been here since the beginning.
I've been here since the beginning. I was still working, but it changed what my passion was. So my passion became as a volunteer first and a board member for the Wetlands Wildlife Care Center, because it costs a lot of money to run this place and it's a nonprofit. So we always had to think with my marketing background, you know, come up with some innovative ways or just how to beg for money, you know, to keep open.
Debbie, we're here inside the Interpretive Center, as your shirt says, the Wetlands and Wildlife Care Center. I think the Interpretive Center is a hidden story in Huntington Beach. A lot of people don't know it's here.
Yes, this is a great hidden jewel. It's run by the Huntington Beach Wetlands Conservancy, open every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and every second and fourth Saturday as well from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then,
does it cost anything?
Nope, it's free to the public. We always ask for donations, right?
But obviously there's the Interpretive Center, and then there's behind the scenes where the real work gets done, where you are rescuing, where you are caring and rehabilitating, and it's life and death every day, right?
It's life and death every day. And we just never know what's coming through our doors or how badly injured they are. We get everything from little orphans to animals that are injured or sick or oiled.
I love getting press releases from you that describe the beach releases. Once you've nursed a creature or creatures back to health, you go out on the beach and there's that incredible release where they go back to nature. What's that like for you?
That's the best. That's what it's all about. We're rescuing them, we're rehabilitating them, and then we're releasing them.
One thing that makes me a little bit crazy are people that today feel as if when they see an injured animal in nature, it's either selfie time or petting zoo time. Can you please address why it's important to not increase trauma of an injured animal by approaching it or doing anything like that?
Yeah, please don't. They're terrified of us. We're the top predator out there. They're afraid for their life at every moment we're near them. So they might not look it, they might not react the way we would. They might just be frozen like a little rabbit. He won't even move. He thinks you can't see him. But they're terrified. They can actually die from what they call capture myopathy, where their heart will just stop from the fear of humans or other predators.
And a lot of it's volunteer driven in the back. There's a process and program whereby people can sign up. I had family members go through it, change their lives. What's that process like? How does it work?
So they need to be at least 18 and then go to our website, and under volunteer tab, you'll go down and sign up for our next class. And then we'll assign you some on-the-job training.
You're one of the many volunteers here. How long have you volunteered here?
It's been a year now, almost a year.
But you volunteer other places.
I work with different wildlife, yes.
What is it about volunteering to help wildlife that is special for you?
You get them better, you see how they overcome really bad injuries, and there is a lot of miracles in this place that happening every day. Recently we had a crisis with pelicans, and there was hundreds of them coming, and seeing them recover, see the staff work so hard. It was crazy here. We didn't even have a space for them, and to see them overcome everything, and then to release them and release 20 at a time and see all of them go back to nature. This is amazing.
Was there one animal today that you've interacted with or seen that particularly stood out to you?
There was a new gull that was put outside with all the pelicans, the big pelicans, and we were worried if they're behaving or bullying him or how is he acting over there. I just went to check on him, and I guess the pelican was pitying the small fish because they didn't want them, and he was just standing there looking at them. Can I have that? So it was a very funny interaction, but they're all wonderful.
So Katie, you're a wildlife technician here at the center. What does that mean exactly? What do you do?
We're doing a lot constantly. It's kind of a balancing act. We're receiving injured animal intakes. We're doing treatments on our intakes that have kind of made it past our exam point. We're feeding animals alongside the volunteers. We're reorganizing habitats just to make sure that the animals that are in our care are comfortable.
Well, who are we looking at here on the screen?
So here we have a burrowing owl.
How did he get here?
A Good Samaritan brought him in. They said it was a baby owl, and he seems fine to me. And my colleague takes a feel of his wing and says, I think he might have a bullet in his wing. There might be something wrong. She takes him, does x-rays, and reveals a radius fracture. And this course of action was wrapping his wings, stabilizing that bone, and seeing if we can kind of let it heal back together. He looks like a little bodybuilder because he's got he's a little guy, but he's got a big wrap on his wing.
Is it a baby or just a small species?
He's just a small species, so they're typically the smallest, and they'll live on the ground, and they actually are awake during the day, unlike most owl species.
It blows my mind all you're doing back here, and it's we really think of it. I mean, I always thought of it as this little bits of rehab, but there's major surgeries going on back here, x-rays obviously, and just ongoing care.
Yeah.
That it really is a high functioning hospital all the time. So Debbie, where we're standing right now is the Butler Building, and this is the original structure.
This is the original structure that we built from the monies got from the American Trader oil spill. We opened in 1997 here, 25 years ago. This building is holding up.
Nice bit of history. Tell us why these tubs are here, why there's an endless supply of detergent, of Dawn cleaning fluid here. What is this spot right here?
So this is where we would wash the oiled birds that come in. We have to have these different factors involved to be able to wash an animal when stable, and that's warm water of about 104, 102 degrees. We need soft water to about 2 grains of hardness, and we need Dawn dishwashing soap.
So ideally, you never want to be here working. It would be better if there was no oil spill.
Absolutely.
But in the event, God forbid, then you are all set to go, and this is where that would happen.
This is where it would happen, and these were specially built sinks, and they kind of drain back. All the water gets reclaimed. It doesn't go out, you know, to the ocean again.
This is where you keep a lot of the rehab animals that are doing pretty well, right?
Yeah, here we have a brown pelican in here that came in because of fishing gear entanglement. It's a young female. I'm going to open the cage if you'd like to take a quick look at her.
Please.
So we can tell it's a first year because it's all brown.
There she is.
And as they mature, they'll get different plumage on them. And we can tell the sex of California brown pelicans by the length of their upper bill. So we measured her bill, and it's a female.
She is beautiful. You're beautiful, sweetheart.
We'll go over here to the mammal cage.
What kind of mammals do you have in today?
Today we have opossums, raccoons, and fox squirrels.
Hey, everybody. There are a lot of them. And what was wrong with them?
Most of these came in as orphans. When we had high winds, maybe their nest was blown out of a tree. They nest in trees in these very flimsy looking nests that are called drays. If you ever see it down, the best thing to do is mom will go get the babies if they're not injured and get another nest going.
So they've been here about a month?
They've been outside about a month. They've been with us for several months.
And you're going out soon, huh? You're getting loose.
The only North American marsupials we have, which is called the Virginia opossum. I have one little guy in here. Come on, don't bite me. He's sleeping. They are nocturnal.
Now, I heard you've got some white pelicans that are probably awake right now.
They're probably awake and ready to show off.
Why don't we go let them show off for
There you
us?
go.
Like the squirrels have been showing off for us.
There's our little marsupial. This is a juvenile. He's just about ready. He or she's just about ready for release.
What would have been wrong with the white pelicans we're going to see right now?
What was wrong with them is they were actually held in captivity by someone that didn't know what they were doing, and it broke all of their flight feathers, and they had some other injuries. So we hope to release them after their molt, which they've done, with the ones that are going to migrate back up in the spring.
So how soon will they be released?
Probably early spring. So these pelicans weren't able to fly at all. As you can see now, they're getting a little height, so we're happy about that. We're hoping that they will have enough primary feathers grown back in by the spring migration or early spring so we can release them for their migration back up north.
They're absolutely gorgeous.
And there's some
close
more.
like this.
There's some gulls up here. We have the 3 western gulls up there. We have
And they
the
all
little.
get along okay? Like everyone's...
So far, it's a big enough cage. We have a ring-billed gull here, and you can see the little brown pelican in the back. What the size difference is? The whites are almost double the size.
Thank you so much. What you and your group do back here is really important. I mean, it really is. It's for a place like Huntington Beach that's part of the Pacific Flyway, where so many birds and all kinds of other related creatures and critters, you know, find their way home here. A lot of things can happen, and thanks to you and your team here, you're taking care of business, and we really appreciate it.
None of us could do it without our volunteers that we have. We have almost 200 volunteers and a great staff.
If you want more hidden history, check out our Facebook group, which is simply Hidden Huntington Beach. We've got over 15,000 members there sharing stories and home movies and all kinds of great things. So hope you enjoy that, and we'll see you soon on another edition of Hidden Huntington Beach. Debbie had an epiphany here, obviously, 30 some odd years ago, where her life changed. I think everybody in there that dedicates himself probably have similar moments when they realize whatever it is they're doing in life, there's a bigger calling that happens when you get exposed to animals in need. So as far as what motivates Debbie, it's hard to say, but clearly I'm glad that she feels as motivated as she does. I'm glad that everybody here, it's a lot of people in there that are of the same mind, body, and spirit that are there to help, and it's all about those release programs on the beach. So whatever it is that internally that gives them the drive and the passion, I mean, thank God for that, because without those people, the Huntington Beach would be a very different place.